This video is sponsored by the LLPT store.
Have you ever driven a screw into a piece of wood and see the wood split right in front of you? I've been there as well, and I know it is super frustrating, but there is one little thing that can solve that problem, and that is drilling a pilot hole, or sometimes it's interchangeably called pre-drilling. Now, pre-drilling or pilot holes are sort of the most confusing thing out there in terms of woodworking, because do you drill it or do you not drill it? Sometimes people do and sometimes people don't. So today I am breaking it all down. What are pilot holes? What's the difference between a pilot hole and a pre-drilled hole? Because there is a subtle difference. Why it matters and when should you actually use it. But before we get started, if you are new here, I am Annika and I am here to demystify DIY and inspire and empower you to build all of the things. And I share a ton of tool tutorials, project ideas, and I have a lot of courses and resources all geared towards helping you become a confident woodworker. So definitely check out all of that in the description below and hit that subscribe button because I have a ton of fun things coming your way soon. Now, let's talk about pilot holes and pre-drilling. So what is a pilot hole? Now, a pilot hole is a small hole that you create in the wood before you drive your screw in. Now, what it does is it creates a path for the screw to follow. It makes sure that the screw remains straight if your pilot hole is straight. And most importantly, it gives the wood fibers space to move around as you're adding in the screw so the wood doesn't split. Now, pilot holes are often confused with pre-drilled holes. In fact, they're kind of used interchangeably. And the main difference is that a pilot hole is actually made smaller than the actual size of the screw. Usually it's the size of the core of the screw, not including the threads. Whereas the pre-drilled hole is actually the size of the screw itself. The pilot hole is usually shorter than the length of the screw, whereas the pre-drilled hole goes all the way through the length of the screw. So there are very tiny differences, and usually they are used interchangeably, and I do that as well, but it is important to understand the main core differences. Now, the main advantages or benefits of using pilot holes are, number one, of course, you want to prevent splitting, especially at the edge of the board. Number two, you want to make sure that your screws are easier to drive, especially if you're using a hardwood. And third, if your pilot hole is straight, it helps keep the screw straight and follow the path so it goes exactly where you want it to go. And you get a much more professional finish. So why exactly does wood split when you don't drill a pilot hole or pre-drill it? Now, wood by itself is made up of all these wood fibers, right? Now, if I am introducing a screw into the board, this screw is going to take up volume inside this board. Now, as you're adding the screw in, the wood fibers that are making up the wood need some place to go. Now, most of the time, if you're using soft wood, you probably don't need to pre-drill or make pilot holes because they are softwood. There is more space for the fibers to move. But if you are drilling on the edge or drilling in hardwoods, it's really hard for the fibers to move. And when the fibers start to move, it creates a lot of stresses, and that leads to cracks. So when exactly do you need pilot holes? If you're using hardwoods, for sure. If you're going to be screwing something close to the edge, most definitely. And if you're using thin boards, you want to use pilot holes. And if you, on the other hand, if you're using thick screws into thick boards, you also want to use pilot holes. Now, when can you actually skip making the pilot holes? Well, if you are using what are called self-tapping screws. Self-tapping screws have an end that is sort of like a drill, so they kind of create space for themselves to go in. But even self-tapping screws, you can only use those without pre-drilling in softwoods. In hardwoods, you'd still need to pre-drill. So self-tapping screws in softwoods like pine, or if you are adding a really short screw into a really thick board, you can probably skip pre-drilling. But when in doubt, always pre-drill or make that pilot hole, because Those few seconds can make or break your project. Let's talk about the sponsor of today's video, LLPT Store and their double-sided woodworking tape. Double-sided tape is a very important and underrated tool for woodworkers. If you've ever tried to line up things just right, only to have it shift on you as you reach for the clamp, or where you want to hold a piece temporarily in place without using glue or screws or clamps, double-sided woodworking tape is your answer. So LPT's double-sided woodworking tape is industrial grade, which means it is strong enough to hold a solid wood in place. But what I love about it is how easy it is to use. You just peel it, press it down, and you're good to go. It sticks to wood, metal, plastic, you name it. And it doesn't leave a mess when you're done. I used it here to keep these boards lined up to get the most accurate measurement possible. They stayed perfectly in place, there was no slipping and no guessing. And because it is thin but durable, you don't get those weird gaps or wobble when you're trying to be precise. You can also use it to attach a backup board while you are cutting, routing, or drilling so you can prevent tear out. Check this out. It holds strong enough that I can tug on it like this, but when I peel it off, there is no residue and no damage. It's honestly one of those tools that is super simple and you keep finding new ways to use it. So if you are just a beginner or want an easier way to work smarter, grab a roll on Amazon and try it out. I will add a link to these in the description below. Okay, now let's talk about how to make a pilot hole. Now making a pilot hole is pretty straightforward, but there are a few key things that you need to pay attention to so you get the best outcome, which is a strong joint. Okay, so first things first, we're going to decide the screw that we're going to use. Now, in my case, I am going to be joining two 1.5 inch thick boards, so I am going to be using a 2.5 inch screw. Now, the first thing I want to do is pick my drill bit. Once I have picked my screw, I want to pick a drill bit that is the same thickness or diameter as the core of this screw. How do you do that? So the best way to figure that out is hold the screw in front of you and hold a drill bit right in front of that screw and look at it from your side eye. Of course, I need to turn it around so I can look at it. So you should be able to see the bit and you should be able to see the threads showing up on either side. Now, of course, if you have a drill bit that's bigger than what you need, you will be completely covering up the sides of the threads and you will not be able to see the threads at all. So that is the best way to check and see if you have the right drill bit. So now that I have the right drill bit, I am going to mark the location I want to drill my pilot hole. And then I'm going to use either a sharp screwdriver or an awl and make a nice indent at the spot where I want to make a hole. And this is important because you want to make sure that when you are making the pilot hole, the drill doesn't walk out, as in it just moves out of the spot. Now, before we actually start drilling, there is one more quick step. You need to know exactly how deep you need to make your pilot hole. So if I were making a hole in a single board, for example, you're trying to make a pilot hole in a stud, right? In that case, you would go as deep as the screw itself. Now, in case where I am joining two boards, like right here, in this case, I want to go through the top board completely, and I want to create a starter hole in the second board, just a small little starter to help the screw start screwing into that board. And then it just does its work by pulling the boards together. So in this case, I want to probably go that much, right? So we go all the way in and just a tiny bit into that board. So I am going to use a painter's tape and mark that location. And now I can just mark that with my tape. So we have the perfect depth that we want to drill into. And now I can load up my drill bit and make that hole. Now, one other thing you want to remember is that as you are making the hole, you want to make sure that you keep your drill bit as perpendicular as you humanly can. You want to not put any forces. You don't want to go at an angle. You want to make sure that it's going straight in. Now I have a pre-drilled hole. However, in case you want to countersink your screws. Now countersinking is essentially where the head of the screw sits underneath the surface of the board. And to do that, the best way, the cleanest way, is to use a countersinking drill bit. So this right here is a countersinking drill bit. Now you can actually just use this to make your pilot holes. But in my case, I've already made the hole, but I can still use this to create that little space for the head of the screw to sit. But if you already know that you want a countersunk screw, you can start with a countersinking drill bit to make the pilot hole. And the best thing about a countersinking drill bit is that it has a little set screw right here, so you can use that to change the depth of how deep you want to drill the hole. So it makes it super simple. But on the other hand, if you don't want to use a countersinking drill bit, you can actually use what are called self-countersinking screws, which have little drill type treads on the bottom of the screw head, which forces the screw to go underneath the surface of the screw, and it's super easy to do. So I highly recommend either using self-countersinking screws or using a countersinking drill bit. And now I can just go ahead and add in the screw. So that's pretty much it. I know it sounds like a lot of things, but it's actually really quick and easy to do. Once you start doing it, it becomes second nature. So a few quick things to remember. Number one, use the right size of drill bit to drill the pilot hole. Number two, if you're going for countersinking screws, use a countersinking drill bit or use self-countersinking screws. Use an awl or a sharp screwdriver to mark the location of where you're going to be drilling. Mark the depth of how deep you need to drill with your drill bit. Oh, and lastly, you want to make sure that as you are drilling the pilot hole, you're making sure that you keep the drill as perpendicular to the board as humanly possible. So next time you grab a screw, think about if you need a pilot hole or not, because that little step can save you a lot of hassle. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I've got a ton of beginner-friendly tips and tutorials coming your way. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget to grab your Power Tools Simplified guide in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.